Now, so with all my gratitude and admiration, I call Professor Pradeep to conclude the winter school.
You will have to tell me how to connect this. Good, thank you. I'm going to do two things in the time that we have. One is to ask the question as to what we learned. Not really in detail as to which equation you learned or which specific problem you learned. What are the lessons that we learned broadly? And I'm going to prompt you on something, and then you're going to think about it and tell everyone as to what else you have learned. Secondly, how to do this better, meaning to take some lessons from you, essentially what is called feedback. Now, because this is recorded, someone can take some notes later on. Okay? So this winter schools in general, as you can see, this was done very it could have been done in a hall, right? Bigger hall. But it was not done. It was done in this place. This was done deliberately in this place because we don't want more people. That's one thing. It's done in this way because you're sitting next to each other. Sitting next to each other, so that you're asking, hey, what are you doing? I hope you have done that. But deliberately it was done like that. It was deliberately done in such a way that you go to the hostel and eat the food there and use the hostels. You are not treated differently. Although you are getting better food and everything else, if I have provided you something that would have been better, that's normal. That's what happens here. So this was designed in a way that we also get a feel of the best people. For example, Dick Zaire is someone who is a National Medal of Science awardee, meaning American government's highest medal that is given to a scientist, National Medal of Science. And he got it under 40. Can you imagine? A person getting National Medal of Science at 40. America is a big place, right? Lots of scientists. And so he's 86. He comes and sits. So everyone is like this. So what's the message you got? This is one thing. Very good. What else that you got? What else have you got? Learning is a continue. Okay, great. It's a big opportunity, yes. What else did you get? Enthusiasm, yes. Very nice. You must have gotten a very important message that scientists are ordinary people. Scientists are very ordinary people. They're just like you and me. So if you have studied analytical chemistry has great textbooks, right? Can anyone tell me one textbook name? Skoog and West. Great. So you have now Dick Zaire is a person. There is an interview with Dick Zaire in Skoog and West. to say what is analytical chemistry. So people like this. Everyone is like this, so I can go on talking about people. So it's very important to know that people like these come and sit next to you. They of course are human beings. And here is in this country where only Amitabh Bachchans are celebrated, are more celebrated, but scientists are very important people, but they don't behave like Amitabh Bachchan. They come and sit next to you. I know that someone has told me that Amitabh Bachchan was also a very simple person years ago, but it's now different. But these people are the same. So message that you can take back from here, one message is scientists are ordinary people. They sit with you, talk to you. So you can always ask a question to a scientist. If you cannot ask a question to a scientist, that is not a scientist. So that's a message that you got. Very ordinary people. They behave like very ordinary people. They may be very different people, but they are very ordinary when it comes to you. It's a very deep question. So which means that you have to be ordinary. That is, you have to be ordinary, receptive to people. Why am I sitting here? For example, I have many other things to do too, right? But this has also given you a very important lesson that if you have come here for a purpose, do that with a purpose. Be around. And for the purpose, if you have come, do it. If you have not done it, you have not done justice to us. If at 86 he can come and sit here, anyone can come. Right? If not done that, there is something wrong with you. You have to introspect. If it was compelling you to go put somewhere else, not be here, then there's something that I don't pinpoint to anyone, just to say that there is something. That's an important message. Probably if you want to stay in science. I can go on like these as general messages that you have got. But then in terms of learning, you also have learned that every small thing or big thing that people talked about, they're all problems around you. So for example, we were just talking about PFAS or catalysis or photocatalysis or problems of this kind. They're all problems around you. Around you. Nothing has come from the heavens. It's just a matter of how you look at problems. So if you have seen or looked through all of these papers, whether it is started with clusters or droplets or what have you, problems are around you. You're not looking at this, then there is something wrong with you. Another probably very important thing that you see is that science is very deeply historical. There is something that is connecting what is happening today to the past. And if that connection is missing, you don't do it right. So what it also means is that to go back and look at whatever that you do you appreciate it from a historical perspective? Lai Sheng Wang was talking about clusters. Lots of work in the past. And many of those things in the past really are laying foundations for today. So whatever you do today, might be that 50 years ago somebody was looking at it, may not have been looked at in this way because the tools were not there, the efficiency was not there. The resources were not there, but many were thought about. So what it also means is that if you start digging into, there is something that you can get to explore for future. I just leave it here so that I can learn from you as to what other lessons you got. This was only to give you that comfort. Okay. So these are the lessons I wanted you to get collectively. If all of you can come up with something new, it will enrich others. Microphone, please, otherwise you can shout. I don't know. Please. Yeah, I'm good.
Hello, sir. I just wanted to ask a question on behalf of I have met some colleague.
Lessons learned or something else? Okay.
I learned many things, sir.
Okay.
So when there are some state universities, some are from some central universities, they were having some lack of resources there. So they wanted some experimental work they can do here, probably here, and some other place. They are having some opportunities for this kind of work.
These are all things that you need to talk about. What experiment, what specifics, details, all these are important. Broadly speaking, every resource that you see in a structure like this, or at least in this laboratory, this everything is around me, what you are experiencing here. So these are all about my funding. We also have departmental resources. We have institutional resources. There's a lot can be utilized. Even in the laboratory, individual laboratory space, resources can be utilized. But remember that anything here does come with a lot of passion. That's how this place is like this. Do you know how this room, this building, this particular floor, how old this is? Just make a guess. 1890. 1890. That's no. This room I'm talking about. This room. No, what does it feel? I mean, the wall, looking at the wall, floor. 25 years, a wall will look like that? 25 years at home, a wall will look like this? No, then you're not doing research. So typically, if you want to have, I'm just giving you a floor to remain like this, okay? First is that you have to maintain it. Otherwise, it will not be like this. Have you seen a state government lab like this? You wouldn't see it. The wall is like this. You will not see it. I care for the wall. I care for the floor. That's how it is like this. So there's a lot of passion in this. These are all underlying things. If you have not learned, you better learn. I don't put the chair close to it to make a scratch on it. And if someone does it, I will tell that. At home, you do it. You don't care for it if it is a government property. There's a lot of things associated with all these. So if you have not learned, you learn. But this is not the lesson that I want answering your specific point, all of these resources exist. You can utilize it, but it depends on whose resource, which laboratory it is, what specific thing it is. A lot of some of these are very expensive. For example, that camera he's operating, will he give it to somebody else? He will not give it. Any lab you get into, each one of these laboratories are 1,000 times more expensive than this, or 500 times more expensive than this. Will they give it? They will not give it. So it looks like that, but it is not. Everything is available, but everything, if you have to utilize it, you need to have training, resources, consumables, what have you. And so, all right, there are a lot of associated things. We can always utilize it. This is always true. By paying some money, you can always utilize it. But that it's not, that's one kind of give some cash and get some data. It may not be research. It will give you data, of course. A mass spectrum, yeah, you can get it. A TEM, you can get it. But if you want to do microscopy by yourself, then it involves interaction with somebody. Okay, so we are deviating. What lessons did you learn?
Hello, sir. So I think the best thing was that here the people are from many backgrounds. Some are working on computation, some are on batteries, some on LEDs, nanocrystals,
Sure.
nanoclusters. But in all the talks, all the faculty members, they started from the basics and then they went deep. So if I'm working on batteries and some of the subject, if I'm not also getting basically I'm getting a feel that okay, these are something that has been worked on, but I'm generally getting a basic idea. That was one thing. And one more thing, I think Professor Rajneesh and I think in last evening, Professor Ramesh, I guess, yes. So they give a very good relevance, like with industrialization and our lab work, that how we can correlate, so that our work mainly should be focused on what we now need in India, what which direction is our industry going. So what are the needs? So
Sure.
focusing on that, if we know what is the problem that we have to get the solution out, then we are in a good direction to based on that we can compare our research on that direction. So I think that is one thing that is I find like I am not so much experience of research. I am only a master student, but that I find it was mainly missing in many like institutions that they don't like PhD scholars then in many researchers they don't have that direction that okay, this is the application, this is what our industry needs. Like if I'm working in batteries, we had a visit to Ola and then at Energy, we had interaction with their heads. That this is what the industry is now doing. This is what we're focusing on. So this is like our next future. This is our future, and this is basically the direction. So I think much more communication and interaction between the industry and our lab people is actually the more beneficial.
You said one thing that is that subjects are all interdisciplinary, and that interdisciplinarity came out very well. Every scientific problem is interdisciplinary, truly. It came out clear to you. You are too young in this game, and as you said, lots of people work on all of these. Okay? Uh, the sample of people brought here is of course a sample of Rajneesh is deliberately chosen for that purpose. Ramesh was chosen for that purpose. They gave that feel, but I have also that feel. Right? I have not presented that to you. Many others have other things. I have not presented. They have not presented. And many institutions have all these. You have not been in a position to get exposed to it because there may not have been adequate opportunities for you. It is not a failure of the institution. You have to go and look at. Just to tell you that many Indian institutions do these things very well. It's not that we have 600 faculty members. All the 600 people are not conducting winter schools. Right? Some people do, some people don't. But then they do something else. A lot of opportunities are there, they are interested in many different things. Because of them, because of some people, we also have volleyball matches. Because of them, some other activities happen. So that's how an institution, a community grows. You contribute in many ways. I contribute this way. Other learnings. A good point. Yeah, go ahead. Give it behind.
So foundation is made like that. We always used to think from bottom to up. Like
Yeah.
we start with something, then we get the output, and then now we think, now what I can do.
Yes.
So what I learned is I also need to think from like in the top down approach. In one line, like how I'm going to get money. That's it. Then I learned.
Yeah. So there's a component in all that, and so therefore I do ask that question. It's good that you are asking, or good that you got that point. There is a purpose. So this can be probably for you a message to take home is, what is the skin in the game? What am I going to get out of it? But this is a very large question. So today I run this particular meeting. What do I get? Let us say if I do that, ask that question. So much of money has gone into this. So much of time has gone into it. So much of my colleagues have spent a lot of time than me in running this. So what is the skin in the game? What did I get? So from my perspective, I do this because of my commitment. Because of my commitment. So this is the satisfaction that I get. But for that satisfaction, I have to also transmit that satisfaction. I have to find resources for that satisfaction. Sometimes I have to impose certain things. So I have to have, you must have seen that, right? I have both carrot and stick. So I do that. This is my commitment. That's why I do that. But you always ask this question, what's the skin in the game? It can be a financial return. It can be societal return. It can be larger return of many ways. Why did Gandhi do all that? So you can ask all of these questions from a very different perspective. I continue to ask that. And this is what makes a teacher, right? It's ultimately something else. So the message, skin in the game.
What I learned was when we are doing research and to know the problem or to which we will do the research to get a solution for, to knowing that problem, it should have some relevance either to me or to the society, and I should be able to connect to that. That though I can understand, and obviously that is the key point. But sometimes coming to the solution to the problem, you might not be able to come to the solution on your own. You need a complete backup or team behind you. And for that, collaborations, network, and all those things are important. That was a key thing that I learned in this winter school. That you cannot solve everything on your own. You need people, and for that, you need a cohort of people behind you. So one thing that was.
Yeah, that's what Einstein said, that the problems cannot be solved with the knowledge that created the problem. But to think beyond, and you're putting it in another way, that the problems can only be solved by a larger collective of people, expertise, resources. That's a very important message to be taken. So chemists cannot solve chemistry problems. Could be a simple way to put it. Chemistry has created a lot of problems, right? That's what you have seen around, but chemistry by itself cannot solve that problems, right? Yes, good. Okay. Something is
a story of a learning and important experience to be here in IIT Madras. being a part of this program is good to me. Over the past days, I have learned so many new concepts that I have broadened my understanding into topic like because I'm a organic synthesis, I'm working on the organic synthesis and photocatalysis. So, like topic like water droplet model and plasma exciton extraction used in the photocatalysis is very good for me, and I think in future I'm working on it.
Sure.
So,
Yeah. Broader returns. Broader returns. For not photocatalysis, broader returns.
so I would like to sincerely thank to sir and the
Okay.
teams and thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah. Are there other specific points? Returns. Yeah.
Yes, a closing statement. I just want to share my experience for the past 2 years. So every conference, every this way the school, he keep on asking one question to every professor, every scientist, like what are the opportunities for our people? So actually it is a very big question. So these collaborations are our like fertile land, I must say. So
Sure.
being working under this kind of machinery is actually very grateful, and I'm humbled by that. So there are a lot of things to learn. So I have been fortunate to work with him. So maybe not only students, every professors are also learning from him.
So no, you have to. What lesson did you learn? That's a message.
Like you have to build an empire for the like coming people.
Sure.
So you have to make it clear to the youngsters. Thank you.
Okay. So if there are, you have something. Yeah. Go ahead. Quick. Not flattery. Speak.
Professor, from these talks here at the winter school, I have seen from different people, I will not name a single one, that apart from in any topic, they have done so much research in the history regarding, they start from the background that how it was invented and how it was discovered and so on. And still after that, somehow scientists, they get another problem to solve in another unique way. They, out of the basket, they, if everything has been picked, still they find something beneath the basket. So for me, one of the many lessons would be from the winter school that whatever might happen, but science does find a way.
That's very nice. Very nice. So even if you solve everything, there will still be something to be solved. Right. So a good person finds new problems. That's a message that you are very nice. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm going to switch and then take some comments from you as to what are the things that we can do to make it better. Don't tell me that I need better food, right? And more time, more, do experiments. Give me time for more experiments. Let's go for a Mahabalipuram tour. No. So how to make this better?
First of all, I want to thank you, sir. Just that. Maybe we could incorporate some hands-on training on some level. If that's it will make it much more better.
Yeah, that's another school,
Okay.
another training school. Yeah, that's important too.
Most of the talks were on molecular clusters. So I think if you can incorporate some other, because the topic is molecular materials and functions. So it will be better to incorporate other molecular materials also, so as to make it even.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the way it is being done in any winter school. Is that when you go up and up, go to Himalayas, you have a better vision, right? You have thousands of things that you see, but you see Kanchenjunga. That's enough. Then you can see the rest. So you saw a person like Lai Shengwang. You saw many things. You can see many things. But you saw just slicing on. Meaning that through that kind of subject, you see many other clusters, many other opportunities, many other materials, many other techniques, many other spectroscopies. This is all that a winter school can give you. Not everything. So not to justify, but to give you, so this purpose is here, whom do you pick? You pick the right person to show that. Then it is up to you to imagine. That's all a winter school in 5 days can do. Otherwise, you can do 5 days, each day 50 talks, pack it, and then you get nothing from that. And it's an information overdose that they say, death by PowerPoint. So no point. So we do a limited thing and then leave it. Too much if you do, then it is information overflow. But give good people, and that number is very limited, by the way. Good people, that's very limited. And good people only come to good people. What they call good people, then only they come. Otherwise, they don't come. Okay, I suppose there is nothing more. So you got your comments. If you have more comments, please do communicate those comments. I wanted to also tell you one thing. In a textbook, in a book, the most important stuff in the book, maybe you may say many things, but to me the most important thing in a book is the preface. The preface may be 1 page, 1.5 pages, but it puts the reason why this book, the context. This context is the first in a lecture. It is probably the first 5 minutes. So if you missed the first 5 minutes, you lost the lecture, really. So don't be late in anything. As far as scientific lectures go, don't be late. Especially from a good person, don't be late. You can miss the last 5 minutes, fine. But the first 5 minutes are crucial. Otherwise, you lost it completely. And imagine some people come traveling 10,000 kilometers, 10,000 kilometers, just to speak that 40 minutes, 50 minutes. They are not ordinary people. So if you have missed it, you missed it. Okay, just wanted to make that point also clear to you. And there are some materials here. This is a cup for you, which is with a group photograph. So everyone can get it. If
You be seated here, we'll give here.
yeah, we'll give quickly.